such a short turnaround and such a big game, trying to fill in for an All-American like Zach?
Um, at the beginning of the season, Coach Moore said it's going to take more than a starting five, and our standards that everybody's preparing like they're a starter. And we prepared for this moment in spring ball, fall camp. We've had guys rotated in and out. Um, I played right guard, I played left tackle, I played center. Carson's played every position known to mankind. And I think, just that guys, he's prepared us for these moments, and I think we're really ready for that. Trente's in there. I know he's ready to shine. I've been with him for 5 years and just seen the way he's worked and how much, ball means to him. And, just for him to be out there and know, hey, I'm the starter, and have that confidence and swagger. And, we're going to be right there with him. And this is a big game. We're excited for it. We're excited for the challenge, and we've been preparing our tails off. But, losing Zach, it's also a big thing. He's a leader. He's my brother. But, everything from here on out, it's for him, since he can't be out there. So we're excited for the challenge. And, Zach's going to be on the island with us, so it's going to be a cool thing.
Trevor, you talked about it a little bit in the other room, but what is it like having him still around, being able to hang out with him, do stuff like you did last time?
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, he's one of my best friends. And just him, being around the team, I really feel like, us as a unit, as an offensive line, we got a really special group, with personalities and, just how we kind of bring the team together. Most teams you hear, it's split offense and defense and stuff like that. But I feel like we do a really good job of, just bringing the team together and, talking to everybody and things like that. Just, him being around and, seeing him rehabbing and, seeing how good he's doing right now, it's a cool thing. And, it was the best worst case scenario for him. And, I know he was talking to me about, man, like, I wish I would have been ready for the combine. I'm like, dude, like, you're going to be ready for at least a pro day, and you're going to show, everybody how athletic you are and, really who you are as a person. This injury is just a little road bump in your journey, and he's going to overcome this adversity, and it's just a little bump of the road for him. He's got so many goals and aspirations in life, and as a player, and off the field as a person. And this is just a little bump of the road, and I think he knows that. He's in good spirits.
Given this is the third kind of semifinal in a row, like, what are the challenges that Bama poses? If Georgia was the physical challenge, and TCU kind of gave you some things that you didn't realize you were going to get in that game?
Yeah. Obviously, Bama's a great team. The past two teams we played were great teams. I feel like, our first year, nobody expected us to be in the college football playoff, and just there as a player, seeing all the things we did, and rewriting history, bringing Michigan back to where it needs to be. I feel like we're honestly just like happy to be there. We didn't take the moment, seriously. Last year, I feel like we overlooked TCU, and we let the media, get to our head, especially as an offensive line group. Everybody's saying, oh, the 3-3-5, oh, you're gonna be able to run, but people got a month to prepare for us, and we saw a lot of things on film that TCU didn't do. So they made a lot of adjustments in a month. You have a month to prepare for somebody. I mean, shoot, we're playing against Nick Saban, who's one of the best coaches to ever coach college football. So, I mean, he's gonna have adjustments for us, and we're gonna have to go on the fly. We're gonna have to make adjustments on the sideline. Stay calm and collected. These big games, stuff changes every drive, and you got to stay locked in mentally. Obviously, it's going to be a physical battle, and we know that, and we're excited for that. I feel like we're very similar teams in how we play. I feel like, on their defense, there's not one player that, is a I mean, obviously they have game changers, but there's not one player you're just like, oh, we got to focus on this guy. It's like their whole team. They play good, solid football. They play smart. You can tell they're smart, and their reads, their run fits, things like that. So it's a big challenge, and we're excited. I feel like we've been preparing really well. Less on the physical side, more on the mental side, and I feel like that's been a huge thing for our team this month of prep.
Given what's happened, transpired the last 2 years, I guess how much added motivation is there for this offensive line to come out and deliver on this big stage?
No doubt. There's been some ups and downs this season for sure. And I think we're still getting better, if that makes sense. I really do think that, a lot of the guys, as for instance, like Zach, Drake, LD, Miles, like they didn't have a spring ball. So like trying to get everything in fall camp, through the season, watching extra film together, things like that, and really meshing, as a unit, like all 5 guys on a string. I feel like that's been a huge thing for us, and I feel like, especially this month, we've gotten better. I feel like I've gotten better personally as a player, just technique-wise, and I feel like mentally our team's in a really great position, and we're really excited.
Trevor, you always hear coaches say that it's really important for the offensive line, especially, to develop in a program for 3 or 4 years. But Drake, you just mentioned, he didn't have spring ball. He hasn't been in the program with you guys for very long. What does it say about him and his coaching staff that he's been able to come in and be as versatile and be as cohesive as he has been?
No doubt. For instance, Drake came in, even, his visit, when he was in the transfer portal, his visit, we clicked, and, he just joined the brotherhood, immediately. We went on spring break together. We only knew each other for, a month and a half. So he's a really good dude, man. The way he was raised, and he's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. Him and Blake Corum, Aiden Hutchinson, they're up there. When we're on the bikes, his heart rate's kind of health risk type of thing, how hard he works. I don't know if it's because he's a fat dude or, but man, he works his tail off, and honestly, he's made me a better player. He's made me work harder. Just seeing how gritty he is and how he grinds. And I think how much he wants to be great as well. I think, when we got these 3 transfers, Miles, LD, and Drake, I've known the Hinton family. I've said this before. They're such a good family and such good people where Miles could just come in and, just totally fit in. And, with LD and Drake, 2 former captains and, played Pac-12 ball, but we had to, show them a little Big Ten ball and, the run schemes and little things like that. I feel like their biggest thing was just learning the playbook, and us meshing together. Because, I played with Ryan Hayes for 2 years, and, we knew everything we were going to do on every single thing. So just learning that, talking extra, watching extra film, saying, hey, how you're going to take this combo, things like that. And, they've been tremendous. Even, shout out to LD, man. He came in here, he has no eligibility left, didn't start, I believe, his first 3 or 4 games. And, if I was in the position, I don't know how I'd react. You're in your last year, you have the NFL aspirations and things like that. But he just kept sticking to it, kept working. And he's definitely flourished and blossomed, on the field. And I love playing next to him, and it's a really cool thing to see.
You and I think Carson and Drake all were banged up a little bit. And how has the last month been for your bodies up front?
It's been terrific, especially, with the way our offense is and, being a guard in our offense, pulling all the time. And just, me as a player, I just like coming off the ball, hitting. I love that part of the game and pulling and stuff like that. And just, get a couple, days off after the Iowa game. I thought it was big for me. The rest of even the rest of our team. You get to week 13 of the season, your body's going to be hurting for sure. And I feel like our coaches prepared us, and it was actually the most healthy team we've had in the past 2 years, I feel like. And just a bunch of old guys, just always nonstop getting treatment and taking care of their bodies, getting the cold tubs, watching the extra film. I feel like it's been huge for our success this season.
Trevor, a lot's been made. A lot's been made this season of JJ's pre-snap adjustments, right, and what he goes through there. How important has that been for your offensive line success, being able to get his reads?
Yeah, I feel like it's just all 11 players working together. And, we do a great job as a team. We do, teach the game meetings pretty often. And, Like we'll know each position group's game plan and little things like that. So and like me as a player, like I love like learning other people's positions and like even knowing JJ's reads. Like I know most offensive linemen like they don't really understand like route concepts and stuff like that, but I like love learning that. I love like learning coverages and seeing that kind of stuff. So like it's kind of cool because like we'll call like a route concept and I'll be looking at the coverage and I'll be like, oh, like this guy's gonna be open before the play, and like if it works, I'm like, yeah, like in my head. But it's cool, and he's such a well-rounded player, and just the aura of him, in our offense and on our team, it just shows how special he is, and just how prepared he is. Coach Campbell always says, our position group is going to be the most prepared team on the field, and I feel like they've done a great job of that, and JJ's done a terrific job, and in the spotlight, and in these big games, and when we need him the most, he really shows who he is as a player.
You have linemen who are playing all over the field, like different spots on the line. That mental acuity you just talked about, like knowing what's happening on the field, knowing what different positions are doing. Do the other guys on the line share that enthusiasm that you have?
No doubt, yeah. I think I said in the other room, like in spring ball and fall camp, we bounce around, all different positions. Like I played right guard, center, left tackle. Just get that little feeling, get a little confidence in you, different positions. Not only does it prepare you for these big games, but it also prepares you for the next level. And like Carson, like he's played every position on the offensive line, like a plug and play type of guy with a lot of versatility. And he's had a month of prep at right guard, and I feel like he's gotten a lot better. Because going from outside to inside, inside to outside, it's a big change. You go from a guy who's more athletic than you and weighs less than you, is probably longer than you, might be stronger than you, to a guy who's probably heavier than you, probably same strength, and it's different. Like last year, I got put in left tackle against Colorado State, and I didn't take a left tackle set since high school, so I didn't prepare myself for that moment, to be honest with you. And I thought I was gonna be out there, but I gave up some pressures, and it was tough, man. Like it's a hard thing, and luckily the dude who I was facing had like 13 sacks this year, so I feel a little better about myself. But I feel like this year especially, Coach Moore, like I said, it's gonna take more than 5 guys, to get this job done, and I feel like all the guys have bought in and into that, and I feel like they're all ready for this moment, and we're ready to shine on the first.
Which Big Ten team, when you watch film of Alabama, which Big Ten team do you see or compares to?
Our team for sure. Very similar traits, very similar, well coached. Like you see it all over film. Every guy is in the right position, and they got athletes all over the field, great players, and we're excited for the challenge. But I really do see a lot of our team and their team, very similar defenses, offenses. I mean, like I said, like Jalen Milroe, is that how you pronounce it? Like for the first time I saw his film like last night. I mean, he's an electric player. I was watching his highlights, and I was like, whoa, like this dude's really good, and our defense knows that. And it's cool because I see like all like the orgy stuff like that, but it's kind of cool to see because I see like a lot of orgy in him. Obviously, Milroe, he's had the success, and stuff like that, but orgy can be that type of player. It's really cool to see.
When you watch film, what stands out about their edge rushers?
Just great technique. And I feel like the defensive coordinator really suits them up for success. Really smart football players. You can see that, and just how gap sound they are, and the effort they play with, the strain, and that's what we pride ourselves on too. So it's going to be a strain battle. Who can strain the longest, and we're excited for that. They have really really well players, Dallas Turner, Chris Broswell. Their backers are, always in the correct run fits. Their interior guys do a good job anchoring, and their secondary, is really talented, make a lot of plays. They always got that safety in the box that comes down, he'll hit our backs and stuff like that. So we're excited for the challenge, and it's going to be a great game. We're excited for it.
How much is the offensive line sort of putting on itself after all the success that you guys have helped create, and then at the end maybe not the best game?
Yeah, no doubt. We've seen that, and we took it as a challenge. Obviously I've been here and won the Joe Moore Award twice, and seen some special things happen. But at the beginning of the season, we knew that we were going to need JJ's arm to win these big games, and I feel like we can do both. We really can. I mean, I feel like the first 9 games, it was again JJ in this rhythm, showing everybody how good of a player he is and how dynamic he is, and the offensive line, yeah, we could have played better. The backs could have played better, but I feel like the Penn State game, we did what we had to do that game, and people can knock us for they could have pass blocked. Like you go to that game, you can't hear a snap count. I think there's like 2 plays. Chop Robinson, whose get off is unbelievable. He was past Carson as a ball was snapped. And that's just an unreal home field advantage for them. And you can prepare all you want for that, but when you got a player who's got to get off like that, and even on a silent cadence, you're just not set up for success with your tackles in that situation. And we stick to our roots and really wanted to run the game. Obviously, we came out in big personnel with a bunch of linemen, and we just did what we had to do. And I feel like that's a good thing for us to have. We're very multi-dimensional, and be able to have the run game and pass game, it's a cool thing.
Now that you guys are actually out here, do you feel that the new practice schedule for the playoff has you healthier? Are you guys feeling better than last year?
No doubt. I feel great. I feel like the rest of the team could say that as well. I feel like, this is the best prep we've had, and I'm not just saying that, because, the magnitude of this game and, in the moment right now, but the past 2 preps, just like as a team and how much we've grown and, how much, Coach Harbaugh has changed the schedule for the players. I mean, it's a really cool thing, and, as much physically as we've been the last 2 years of this bowl prep, it's a lot of mental aspects to this, and the little details, technique, strain, watching extra film, things like that, and we're really excited. It's going to be a cool game. I mean, I grew up watching this game my whole life, and even though this whole month of December I was watching Rose Bowl highlights, things like that, the Georgia-Oklahoma game. I was an Oregon fan growing up, so the Oregon-Florida State game, the Penn State USC game where Saquon Barkley had that sick play. I was watching all these highlights, and it was part of my childhood for sure. Wake up New Year's morning and just watch football all day, and those are the games I remember, and I'm really excited and thankful for this opportunity, especially to be here with my teammates. It's cool.